Right, 2011 was a busy, busy year for Matchroom's Eddie Hearn. Carl Froch in 2 world title fights. Kell Brook moving closer to a world title fight. Darren Barker with a world title fight. More prize fighters. Busy, busy, busy. To tell us where Froch, Brook and Barker go from here, I'm delighted to say I'm joined on the line by Eddie. Eddie.
How are you, Steve?
Yeah, I'm fine, Ed. Ed, I'm going to start with a curveball. Audley Harrison. I haven't heard it. Have you heard from Audley?
What about him?
Well, is he coming back? Is there anything on the horizon?
We still speak now and again. You know, he's just unbelievable. After the David Hay fight, I was concerned that he may never come back to the country. Now, all of a sudden,
can't get rid of him.
Strictly come dancing, he's a national hero again. So, you know, we're not. He's not signed to Matchroom. I'll give him any help or advice that I can. But you know, there's still a big fight in him because he's still a big name.
He's a bigger name now than he was before Hay.
If I was Tyson Fury, I'd probably go straight for Audley Harrison because it's going to do massive numbers. You know, and it's an easy fight to make and so forth. But you know, that's not really our agenda at the moment. But you know, good luck to him. I know he messed up on the night against David Hay, but he's still a good man. Yeah, he's still a good man. That's why I asked. I just seen a bit of activity, and I just wondered. Right, let's work our way through the 3 top fighters inside the stable, Ed, if we can. Let's have a look at Darren Barker. Went over. Sergio Martinez, the Diamond WBC champion, was there. Lost in the end. It was a risky fight from scratch. What's the feeling now? Especially because there was a mention of Chavez being a possible opponent, but he's already named, I think, his opponent for February or something. Sure. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Steve. I know you like to ask the questions, but if you just give me just under a minute, I'm going to run through everything for you. I'll put all the questions that people want to know on the east side and on the other forum. So go on, boy. I'll start with Carl Froch. Carl Froch obviously disappointingly lost to Andre Ward recently. I've been having some great conversations with Jean Bedard from Interbox, with Lucian Butte. I only want that fight if we have a 2-legged fight, because Carl Froch must fight in Nottingham. They're very receptive to that. We're looking at April the 14th in Montreal and the beginning of August at the City Ground, Nottingham Forest. We're already in discussions with them. If we can get the 2-legged fight, that's a fight we want to take. Alternatively, we do a homecoming fight for him in April with a lesser opponent in Nottingham Arena and look to a Kessler fight later in the year. Yeah. Kell Brook secured a fantastic opponent for March yesterday. I'm so excited. You'll find out who it is. We commence in January the 9th. I'm delighted. It's a massive fight. Sheffield Arena, middle of March. Darren Barker. Chavez offered us the fight for January the 28th or February the 4th. It was too early for Darren. They've asked us if we can make the fight in May. The answer to that is absolutely yes, but we're not going to hang around. Ludabella asked us to fight Andy Lee. I don't really like that fight. I may get him out on the Kell Brook fight card and the undercard in the middle of March. We may go to American fight at Madison Square Gardens anyway. I've also made an offer to Daniel Gill to come over to England and defend his IBF title, and you know, that's a possibility for him as well. Carl Frampton is out on January the 28th defending his Commonwealth title at York Hall against Chris Hughes. Yep. Then we're looking to get him out on March the 17th again on the Macklin Martinez fight on St Patrick's Day at Madison Square Gardens. Paul McCloskey could also be out on March the 17th at Madison Square Gardens, waiting to see that. Or we've also got the option of an interim title. We've made Madonna 2 very nice offers now. He doesn't seem to want to come to Ireland for the fight. He wants more money, which just doesn't make sense. We're still pursuing that, but the interim title is looking most likely. Gavin Rees, Ricky Burns' fight was offered to us. It's a fight we love, but it wasn't enough money. And we've got a mandatory for the European against the Frenchman, which we may go over there and fight him anyway. And, of course, Kenny Anderson is in a purse bid with George Graves. Brilliant. Now, just go back to the to Kell Brook, that March fight, and find out on January 19th. Will that be in the UK, Ed? It will be in the UK. It'll be Sheffield in the middle of March. We've done the Hillsborough Centre, we've done the Ponce Forge, as I promised, and now we do Sheffield Arena. It's a big fight. I can't wait for it. I can't wait to announce it. It's been a long time trying to get the fight, and it's there, and I'm chuffed a bit. Is it a title fight, or can't you say? I couldn't tell you, Steve. But you'll be at the press conference, and you'll be able to see it. Okay. Now, and then going back to Froch, you say the Butte two-legger. What does Carl want? Does Carl want to fight Butte? Yes, absolutely. Carl's not a huge Lucian Butte fighter. Fan, you know, I mean, I said to Carl after the fight, look, we've got an option here to come and perhaps fight an eliminator at Nottingham Arena, come back against a lesser opponent, a big homecoming, nice crowd. He said, what about Butte? You know, straight off the bat, he wants the tough fights. But I said, look, I'm sick and tired of you going all over the world to fight. Why don't we do something in Nottingham? I said, but the only way we'll fight Butte is a two-legged fight, which Showtime like John Bedard from Interbox like, Lucian Butte likes, and Carl Froch fights. In principle, we've got an agreement on the deal. Now we're getting down to the nuts and bolts, but that's something that rarely happens at a two-legged fight. Sure. And to do something at the City Ground would just be very, very
So the first fight would be in Montreal or wherever it is?
The 14th in Montreal. And then the second fight would be end of July, early August.
Okay, and what's the timescale for you saying yay or nay to Butte and working out some other April homecoming for Carl?
I would think in the next 2 weeks. Obviously, it's Christmas time and everyone's a little bit slow. I seem to have been non-stop working, but some people have been attending this thing called Christmas. Yeah. But I think that, I've been speaking to Jean Bedard, get on with the Interbox people really, really well, very honest, very straight down the line. There's a deal to be done, and he wants a world title back, so that's what we've got to try and get through.
And you, Carl and Robert, are confident or happy enough to take Carl on the road again in April, yeah?
Providing there's a two-legged fight. I don't want to go to Canada and lose a close decision against Butte, and then where do we go from there? There has to be another road for us after that, and the road would be if it didn't go away in Canada, we get another crack at the whip in Nottingham. And if that's not an option, then we look at the other options for Carl Froch. And a Kessler fight in the summer is something he really, really wants as well. I just think the Kessler, Ward, Butte, Froch square going round and round again. Ward's out for 6 months apparently.
With a hand,
I think Carl could fight Butte, then he could fight Kessler. Kessler could fight Ward. Butte could fight Ward. Carl could fight Ward in 2013.
And Kessler said he'll come to the UK as well, so that's always good news. All right, listen, Ed, thanks for that. You've run through every single one of them. Enjoy your new year.
Take care, mate.
Brilliant. That's Eddie Hearn now.